Macau, a tiny enclave nestled along the southern coast of China, a place where Chinese and Portuguese cultures intertwine in a vibrant fusion of casinos, cuisine and crowded streets. With a population of over 700,000 packed into just 30 square kilometers, Macau is one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Curiously, however, Macau has a fascinating connection to motorsport. Since 1954, it has thrilled fans with the Macau Grand Prix, a race that owes its creation to another tiny enclave and another legendary race on the opposite side of the globe, the Monaco Grand Prix. How did these two tiny territories develop such legendary races? What historical threads link them together despite being continents apart? And how do they continue to thrive in an ever-changing world? Stay connected if you want to find out more, and please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you would like to discover more curious connections around the world. To truly understand Macau, we must first step back in time. For over 400 years, this tiny enclave was a Portuguese trading post, established in 1557 as a gateway connecting Europe and Asia. It became a melting pot of cultures, where Chinese traditions blended with Portuguese influences, evident today in everything from Macanese cuisine to its historic architecture, now recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Everything changed for Macau in 1842 with the signing of the Treaty of Nanking, which forced China to open additional ports to foreign trade. Neighbouring Hong Kong, ceded to Britain under the treaty, began to eclipse Macau economically, leaving the Portuguese administration searching for a new identity. Although gambling had been legalised in Macau as early as 1847, it wasn't until the 1960s, under entrepreneurs like Stanley Ho, that the gambling industry was modernised and expanded, transforming Macau into the global entertainment destination we know today. Gambling and tourism now account for over 80% of Macau's revenue, and the territory's annual gambling revenue of about 30 billion USD dwarfs that of Las Vegas. It was also around the middle of the 20th century that Macau's connection to car racing began. The story of the Macau Grand Prix begins not with grand ambitions, but with a casual conversation over coffee in the 1950s. At that time, Macau only had about 500 vehicles in total in the territory. Four friends, Macedo Pinto, Carlos Silva, Paulo Antas and Captain Cruz, shared a passion for cars and motorsport. They dreamed of hosting a car race in the city and sought advice from Paul Dutoit, a British-Swiss expatriate living at the time in Hong Kong and a founding member of the Hong Kong Motorsports Club. Dutoit travelled to Macau to meet the four friends and to inspect the proposed route. The narrow, winding streets reminded him of Monaco's legendary Grand Prix circuit. Declaring that Macau had a course worthy of a Grand Prix, Dutoit convinced the group to think bigger. His enthusiasm transformed their modest idea into an audacious dream, and the rest, as they say, is history. The first Macau Grand Prix took place in 1954, with drivers racing through the city's narrow streets in everything from ordinary cars to high-speed racers. Despite humble beginnings, with spectators seated under makeshift bamboo grandstands along dusty unpaved roads, the event quickly captured global attention. It wasn't long before the Grand Prix became a cornerstone of Macau's cultural identity, attracting legends like Ayrton Senna, who honed his skills in Macau before achieving glory in Monaco. Monaco's Grand Prix, first held in 1929, was born out of the Principality's desire to elevate its status and attract wealthy tourists. Its narrow streets and challenging turns quickly earned it legendary status among racers. Today, the Monaco Grand Prix remains one of Formula One's most prestigious races, drawing millions of viewers worldwide. Beyond racing, Monaco shares other striking similarities with Macau. Both are tiny enclaves with limited resources that have experienced centuries of foreign influence. Macau under Portuguese administration, while Monaco, despite being an independent principality, has balanced relationships with both France and Italy. Both territories have also faced economic struggles and reinvented themselves through bold initiatives. The Grimaldi family has ruled Monaco since 1297, when Francois Grimaldi, disguised as a Franciscan monk, seized the fortress towering over the Monaco rock with his troops. In the 19th century, however, Monaco faced financial ruin. It was not until Prince Charles III's visionary establishment of the Monte Carlo Casino in 1863 that Monaco's fortunes began to change. The bold move attracted wealthy tourists and aristocrats, saving the Grimaldi dynasty from collapse and transforming Monaco into the luxurious and prosperous destination we know today. Today, Macau is also known as a luxurious and prosperous destination. As the only place in China where gambling is legal, It attracts millions of visitors annually, drawn not just by casinos, but also by its unique blend of culture, history, and world-class events like the Grand Prix. Governed as a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China, Macau exemplifies how a small territory can reinvent itself while preserving its distinct identity. In many ways, Macau and Monaco mirror each other, not just in their size or challenges, but also in their ability to adapt to an ever-changing world. From trading posts and princely estates to luxurious gambling hubs and racing capitals, these cities remind us that survival isn't merely about enduring change, it's about embracing it. Both exemplify resilience and reinvention, proving that even the smallest places on Earth can leave their mark on the world.